Alright guys, so I wanted to introduce a posture that I think has been kind of difficult for a lot of people. Some people hate it, some people love it, but it's really just making sure to get into it properly. If you follow the structure properly, you can really find your way into this pose, and I like to call it Revolve Triangle, aka Pavrita Trikonasana, Revolving Triangle. Okay, so it's good to do some warm-up first, so I recommend you do a few sun salutations to get your body nice and warm. Okay, then we'll start at the front of our mat and bring your palms together at your heart. Start to bend, sit down into our chair pose. Sit your body deep so you can get your legs warmed up here, really starting to feel some burning opening in your thighs. And kind of rock yourself a little forward and backwards on your feet. Good, look down, can you see 10 toes? And sit a little deeper. Nice, take a deep breath in here. Exhale, fold yourself forward, fingers to the floor. Keep your knees bending and play the edge of your stretch. Relax your neck, spine, and back. Good, now step your right foot all the way back behind you. We're going to turn our back foot out, so let it turn at a natural angle, but keep your back toes turned in slightly. Then keep your front knee bent, roll yourself up. We're going to come up into a nice warrior one here, variation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring palms to chest, bend your back knee and kind of step your back foot back. Open this out, warrior two. So warrior two, we like to just kind of play into it, dance into it. Keep your back knee bent as you sway your hips around in space. And then feeling your hips now parallel to the floor, you can unfurl your arms out, getting a nice powerful warrior two, supported from the ground up. Nice. From here we'll drop our backhand, reverse warrior, stretch back towards the back of the room, inhale. Exhale, shifting forward, take your forearm onto your thigh, maybe fingers to floor inside your front foot. Either way, make sure your back hip isn't sticking out. And then you can unfurl your arm out towards front of the room. Roll your heart open, take a deep breath. Good. Exhale, let's release hands to the floor. Take your finger pads down and just come back to down dog for a moment. From down dog, you're going to step your right foot back up between your hands. Lift your back foot up, place it to the floor at an angle. Knee can bend a little bit so you have some range of motion. Back foot flat, roll yourself up again, warrior one. Variations. The hips can be mobile here. They don't have to be square to the front. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms to heart, bend your back knee, open your feet, widen it out, and then play around. Let your hips sway around in space a little bit as you begin to firm up into a nice, powerful warrior two. Firm foundation up along the front of your pelvis, and then radiate open out, expressive through your arms. Drop your back arm, swivel front arm up and back behind you. Getting a nice stretch to side body, obliques. Take a deep breath. Exhale, we're going to lift forward and then bring forearm onto your thigh, maybe fingers to the floor. Notice if your fingers come down, then you have to bend your front knee deeper. We want to get our hips really opening towards the earth. Now unfurl your top arm up alongside your ear. Make sure it's not up here. Try to really bring it close to your ear. And then swivel your heart open, chin to armpit. Stretch it out long for a moment. Beautiful. And exhale, let's bring finger pads back to the floor, mindfully grounding from the outside in to knuckles and palms. Step back to your down dog. Beautiful. Let's step your left foot now up between your hands. Turn your back foot down. We're going to roll up automatically warrior two. So from our warrior two first, bring your back leg, front leg straight. Take a deep breath in. See if you can lift up a little bit here. And then re-bend as you exhale. So we're going to let our knees bend for movement, right? We always bend first. Tilt your pelvis out and then drape yourself forward. Left hand comes onto shin, ankle, or foot. Let your legs then grow back as long and straight as you can. Roll your heart open, nice triangle pose. So we bend first and then we build a pose, opening our heart last, an extension. Good, a nice triangle pose here. Keep your tailbone tucked by lifting the as is the front of your pelvis up and in. Let your left hip point press gently back. Open your heart, create length on both sides of your waist. Take a deep breath. And exhale, let's release softly. Bring it down. Now step your back foot in a bit. So I like to step my back foot in maybe half a foot, about 6 inches or so. Going to bend both our knees, and to set this up today, let's roll ourselves up towards the sky. Bring hands on both hips. So for a revolving triangle, it's really helpful to keep your hips kind of square to the front of the mat because you're going to be doing a twist. And as such, it comes from this squared pelvis as best you can. But we want to keep some range of movement there as well. Then take your right arm up towards the sky. So right arm comes up, take a deep breath, and keep lifting up along your belly. As you exhale, begin to extend out. I've got my front knee bending, and I'm going to take my right finger pads to the floor inside, maybe on top of or challenge outside your foot. From there, begin to let your left leg grow long so you can feel it lengthening and stretching. Take a deep breath, let your left hip sit back, and then begin to lengthen your spine. You can twist and extend your left arm up towards the sky. Good, it's really good if you want to also start this one with a block under your right hand. A couple blocks if you need to, that can be helpful, but you want to feel there's space on both sides of your hips. You can really breathe and stretch here, and see if you can actively ground the outer edge of your back foot. Then, using each breath, create space in your body, nice and deep, belly breaths into our pelvis. Each exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper, gazing up towards your thumb. Eventually, you might bring your hand flat to the floor, but notice that we don't lose the grounding through back foot and the lengthening through your back hip. Take another deep breath here, really go for it. Exhale, bring hands to the floor. And let's step both feet back to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bend your knees, open your mouth, tongue out, let it go. Very nice. Bent knees, let's roll ourselves back up to chair for just a moment. Just kind of unfurling our spine, getting a nice inverse stretch. Take a deep breath. Exhale, fold back down and step your left foot to the back. Okay, from here, we're going to bend our knees and again roll our body open to Warrior Two. So Warrior Two is a nice foundation from which to launch out these postures. So getting a nice firm foundation with a solid square pelvis is great, grounding towards the floor but lengthening front and back. Now from here, back leg long, let's bring your front leg a little straighter. Take a deep breath, lengthen. Exhaling, keep your knees a little bent. Let your pelvis sit towards the earth. Tilt by pulling this right hip back and in. And then take your right hand anywhere along your right leg. Could be on the shin, the ankle, or foot. Keep tilting and then let your legs begin to grow straighter. So we don't overdo or pinch anywhere along the line of muscle, along the myofascial lines. Deep, slow breaths here. Keep lengthening to create space both sides of your waist. Exhale, twist, gaze up towards your thumb. See if you can feel both your feet flattening down towards the floor evenly. Smooth out your breathing. Feel almost now like your body is being squeezed flat between two panes of glass, bit by bit. So we come deeper into the pose as such. But anywhere along that line, you can hang out and breathe so that it feels optimal for your body. That's the secret. Take one more deep breath here. Exhale, let's release hands to the floor. And again, I'm going to step my back foot in maybe 3, 4, 6 inches, something like that. But basically, I like to keep my heels on the same line. You might want to bring your heels a little wider apart, so maybe a few inches, if that feels better for you. Bend your back knee and roll your body up, hands onto hips immediately. So we're going to turn our back heel back so that our hips can square off as much as possible with the front of your mat. Then with your back foot grounding, begin to grow your back leg a little straighter. All of this is bit by bit, so don't rush any of it, okay? Now, with hips squaring as best you can, take your left arm up towards the sky. Take a deep breath and stretch. Firming up along the psoas in the front of your body, exhale, begin to extend, reach it out, and take those fingers onto a block, onto a pillow, onto the floor. Eventually, hand might come on your foot or outside the foot. Any of the above is perfectly, beautifully done. From there, deep, slow breath, and exhale, begin to twist. Same thing here. Let your legs slowly go straighter, grounding through the outer edge of your back foot. When you're ready, you can even extend, unfurl your top arm up to the sky. Use your breath now to create the space. Keep letting your right outer hip pull back, but keep grounding through the inner edge of both feet as well as outer edge. So we feel our feet firming solid to the floor. Eventually, you might bring your hand flat. Try to feel each breath, creating more space in your spine. Each exhale, twisting and gazing up towards your thumb. Take a few more deep breaths here. Really get into it best you can. When you're ready, release your hand back to the earth. Let's bring both fingers to the floor and step feet back together at the front of the mat. From here, sway your hips, sway your spine a little side to side. Again, take a nice deep breath all the way down to the hips, the pelvis, the area where we're just stretching. And then open your mouth, tongue out, let it go. Very nice. Bend your knees, take a deep breath in. Exhale, push straight down and start to roll your body up one vertebrae at a time, stacking up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and unfurl arms up, fill up, stretch. And finish up, exhale, palms to your heart. So that was a great job, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out my other videos on this channel, and you can also check out Sadie's channel as well, Sadie Yoga TV. Thanks, have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a radio signal for you, okay?